Hi guys, it is me, Stace, and welcome to another Whatever Wednesday video. For today's video, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Design Space, as well as answer questions I've gotten in the past regarding the Explore machines. Probably the most common question I get is I currently have the Expression or the E2. Should I upgrade to get the Explore? Or if I don't know anything about the Cricut, I don't have a Cricut cartridge, should I even invest the money in the Explore machine? I would say yes and yes. In my opinion, I think the Cricut Explore machines are superior to any other Cricut that they have come out with to date so far. I currently have the Imagine as well as the Mini. I used to have the E2 and the Expression. I could combine all four of those machines and they won't hold a candle to what the Explorer machine does now, and these will never be able to do it. So any Cricut machine you have now that's not an Explorer will never do what the Explorer machine can do. So definitely worth the upgrade, or even if you are new to Cricut, I still would recommend the Explorer machine. The next question I get is what model should I get? There are three different types of Explorer machines out there. You have the original one that launched on HSN when it first came out with the Explorer. Then you have the Explorer Air. Then you have the Explorer One. And they do differ as far as a few things. First off, you have the original Explorer that is green or has green accents to it. You have the Explorer Air that is blue or has blue accents on it. And the Air part means that there's a Bluetooth built into the machine. So if you have a computer that has Bluetooth as well, you can pair the two together and then cut wirelessly through the Air machine without being tethered by the USB cord. Then you have the Explorer One that is gray in color. Ironically, the Explorer One is the latest or newest Explorer model to come out, but it actually does less than the other two. And I'm going to insert a picture here and here. The first one over here will be of the Explorer Original and the Air as far as their blade housing, and then this one will be the Explorer One with its blade housing. This way you can see the difference of what the three machines are. On the Explorer Air and the original, you're able to do something called cut and draw or cut and score at the same time. You cannot do that on the One because, as you can see, you only have the area or the slot for the blade to go. You don't have an area or a slot for the marker to go or the scoring tool. You can buy an adapter for that machine. With the way the adapter would work is you take the blade housing out, put the adapter in, put the marker in, and then draw. Take the marker out, put the scoring tool in to score, take the scoring tool out, put the blade housing back in to cut. So all three machines do cut and score and cut and draw. It's just the One is more steps involved because you need the addition of the adapter. All three machines are similar on the way they look, other than the accent colors. When you buy either machine, you're going to get a power cord as well as a USB cord. Even with the Explorer Air, even though that's wireless, you still have the USB cord, so if you want to hook it to your computer that way, you can. And you're going to get a 12 by 12 cutting mat. With the Explorer Original and the Air, I believe you either get a gray marker or a silver marker on those machines. With the One, you do not get that because, again, you need to buy the adapter for that to work. If I were to recommend what machine to purchase, I would say go with the original because it's now the longest. Most people have that machine. If space is an issue for you guys, you may want to pick up the Air so you can cut wirelessly. But I'd still probably go with the original because you're able to purchase the Bluetooth adapter for that machine, so that one as well can cut wirelessly without having the need for the USB cord. And I think you could probably get the original and the Bluetooth adapter together for less than you spend on the Air itself. I personally, in my opinion, would not go with the Explorer One, only because you have to buy the adapter and there's more steps involved to either cut and score or cut and write, or cut and draw rather. All three machines do something called print then cut. Not print and cut, it is called print then cut, and it is that way because if you look at the Imagine, or if you're familiar with that machine, there's a printer built into it, so you can print and cut. I can go there right now and plug a cartridge in and print something out. These machines do not have a printer inside the machine. They rely on a home-based printer, and all three machines, no matter what model you get, has that feature, the print then cut. The way it works is you'd print something and then put it in the machine with the mat and have the Cricut cut it out for you. And that is a phenomenal feature. I use it a lot, and you're going to find yourself using it a lot as well. All right, the next one is all three of these machines are internet reliable, internet dependable, not just computer dependent, they're also internet dependent. So you cannot use them by themselves. Again, with my Imagine, I can go there right now without the computer being attached to it and cut something out. The Expression, the same thing. These machines, you cannot do that. You definitely need the internet for these machines to run. You also need a software called Design Space. That is a free software called by Cricut. You can just go to Cricut.com and download that and install that. And it works on the internet. So you would have to go to www.cricut.com/design to access the Design Space. And like I said, if you are new to the Cricut or never even used the Cricut or familiar with how that works, I would recommend the Explorer because of Design Space. The Explorer machines are the only ones that work with Design Space, and Design Space is the only one that works with the Explorer machine. So they go hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly. You have to have them together to work. The Design Space does not work with any other Cricut other than the Explorer model. So I do recommend the Explorer because of the Design Space. And I think the Design Space is pretty easy to navigate. I think it's pretty user-friendly. If you just by watching a few videos on YouTube, you guys are going to pick it up lickety-split. I think it really is an easy software. A lot of folks don't like that it's internet-based. I actually enjoy that part, and I will share with you guys why I like the internet part of it. All right, so now you have Design Space installed, and you have your Cricut. The next thing I'd recommend to you guys would be the subscription plan through Cricut. That's offered through them, and there's two ways you can buy that. It is either $9.99 per month or $99.99 per year. I personally go with the month-to-month. I'm not one who likes to commit to something so long, so I do month-to-month, and I usually just renew it every month. But I do like the subscription plan, and I think you guys are going to need that and love that as well. So if you don't have a single cartridge that you own by Cricut, you're going to have access to so many with that subscription plan. I mean, there's thousands of images on there that you guys are going to have unlimited access to as long as you have the active subscription. So let's say, for example, you want to cut out a monkey, and he is from the cartridge called Cricut. That is included in the plan. So as long as you have that plan, you're able to cut the monkey out. Once you cancel the subscription, the monkey goes with it. I know, it's sad, but the monkey does go because he is attached to a cartridge that's included in the plan. Hopefully that makes sense. You're also able to buy the images if you want to do it that way. You can buy them. I think they're about $1.99, somewhere around there. I, again, personally would not recommend that. I think once you buy 10 images in a month, you're already at $10, so you might as well spend the $10 and get access to a lot of images. And once you cancel the subscription, that monkey will no longer work. It's going to ask you to buy that image. So I just think it's easier just to buy, have that monthly plan or the yearly plan, either way you want to go. The other nice thing with the images, if you're familiar with the Expression or one of the others, like the Baby Bug, that kind of thing, you have, when you buy the cartridge, and normally cartridges are like $29, $39, I've seen as high as $89. Crazy prices for one cartridge. And again, here you're going to have access to so many of them. But when you buy the cartridge, you get a booklet, a hand or an overlay or a keypad, and the cartridge itself. Normally you have to put the overlay on the keypad and then find the monkey. That's usually the hard part, finding where he is on the overlay, and then pushing down the monkey key, hitting shift or layer 1 or layer 2, accent 3 or accent 2, and then shift lock. All kinds of things you got to push to get all the images or all the parts of that monkey. In Design Space, you pick the monkey, and all those parts come with them, and they're already their correct size, so they're all proportioned together. I love that. And also the images are in color, which is huge. So you're able to ungroup them and cut whatever layer you want and change the colors out like you would on the original Expression or other machines like that. But here at least they come in color so you can see what each layer looks like. The other thing with Design Space this machine that the other machines cannot do is the ability to do SVG files and fonts. They are two big prize-winning things in my book. I love both of these a lot. SVG files, they stand for Scalable Vector something or another, but you can purchase those from svgcuts.com, for example. You can go there and get free SVG files, and this allows you to bring in images from the internet that you like. You can personalize them, you can make logos, you can bring in your own designs, make your own SVG files. So it gives you customization that you'll never have with the other machines. With the other machines, you have the cartridge and the artwork on the cartridge, and that was it. You cannot weld, you cannot layer, you cannot shadow. Just like I said, things in Design Space you can do that you cannot even think about with the other machines. So it'll never be possible with those machines at all. With fonts, I love fonts. I used to be a mad, crazy font freak. Not quite bad as I was, but still I do enjoy fonts. And I usually go to defont.com to download and install the fonts from there. But with fonts, what I'm referring to are fonts on your computer. Any font you have on your computer, you're able to cut or print with Design Space. That's like a dream come true. Before, you had to buy a font cartridge. Crazy buying a font cartridge because all you have is that one font. Here you have access to whatever font you want on the World Wide Web, which is awesome. Now, I've had people say, Stace, I downloaded the font, it's not working. Why is it not working? I would probably tell you it's probably because you are still logged on to Design Space. Since it's a computer, a web-based browser, computer, or software thing, you want to log out or sign off Design Space, then restart Design Space, and that should work. Just like I think if you're in Microsoft Word and you install a font, it's not going to appear until you log out or close it out and go back in. It kind of refreshes it, so the font should appear there. So there's, like I said, two huge things with Design Space. The next thing with Design Space is that they're always upgrading it and updating it, which is nice. Again, one of the reasons why I like it being internet-based. So I'm not worrying about the upgrade. They're doing it for me. And usually every upgrade is better than the next. So I do like that. I like that Cricut is listening to what we want as far as Design Space. It may not be perfect in everybody's eyes, but at least it's getting there. They're showing signs that it will get there. I really do enjoy Design Space. The other thing about have it being internet-based is that when you save something, you save a design, you're saving it on .com. You're saving it on Cricut server, not your own computer. So if your hard drive crashes, you're not losing your files. You don't need to buy an external hard drive to store your files. They're already on the internet. They're out there on the World Wide Web, which I love that as well. I can get to my sister's house on her computer, I get a Design Space, install it on her computer, and I have access to my files, which is nice. Anywhere there's a computer and I have access to Design Space, I have my files. I'm not worried about carrying everything with me, so I do like that a lot. Like I said, the internet part is touch and go with people. For me, it's a definite go. I do like it. Now, there are things that I think, are maybe a pain as far as the internet, or have it being internet reliable. One would be speed. A lot of people will complain about the speed or the slowness. I am one of them. I'm guilty of that as well. And because it's frustrating. You want to use the program when you want, and it may be down or it may be really slow, and you want to throw it out the computer or throw it out the window. It gets better. There's also, you'll get errors, maybe a plug-in error or a shockwave or a flash error. And if I get the error in my videos, I let you guys see it. So I still get errors on the computer or in Design Space. Usually I let it sit there and it usually goes away, so I'm able to work Design Space again. Other times it just completely crashes and turns the computer off or turns the Design Space part off. Things you can do to fix that I have found worked for me would be to clear out your internet browsing history and your cache. I don't know if it's called cache or cache. I'm going to call it cache. But you want to delete the browsing history on the internet, on your web browser, as well as the cache. Now, by doing that, you are not deleting any files on the computer. Anything on your documents or your desktop, they stay. You're only deleting things on the internet. And I think, in my head, the way this works is because if you go on Design Space and you have not deleted your browsing history, you have all this clutter before Design Space. So it has to go through all this stuff to get here. When you delete all that out of there and you go back on your internet and you go to Design Space, it's right there, fresh and new. So there's nothing behind it to clutter it up. That may be completely wrong, but that's kind of how I look at it. I'm not computer savvy as far as browsing history and cache, but I know when I do it, the Design Space runs a little bit quicker. And then, and I will do a video. I'll do a separate video coming up on a Wednesday, sharing with you guys how to do that, whether it be on the Mac with Safari or Chrome or Firefox. I do use all three browsers, and I'll share with you guys how to do that on all three browsers. I also have a video I'll link below on downloading and installing fonts. That was on a PC. Again, I'll do another video with that, sharing with you guys how to do it on the Mac with Safari or on the PC, either way on installing fonts. But I don't have a single complaint with Design Space. Other than, like I said, it may be slow here and there, but eventually it gets, eventually it just kind of catches up. So it does work. If you have errors that's not, you can't get them to go away, or they're not working, or you just can't log on, or it's really slow, I would probably recommend you call Cricut. They have really good customer support. The one thing they lack is the hold time. The hold time is ridiculous in my opinion. I'm just being honest. There's times I will call Cricut, and while the people I speak to are super friendly, very professional, and usually answer my questions and help me out, the hold time to get to them is ridiculous. There's times you're 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes on hold. I mean, I do have a life other than that, so I think they definitely need to improve the hold time for customer support. But you can also email them and go on their Facebook group as well, and ask questions there. There's all kinds of Facebook forums and groups that you can access and join, and tons of people will be willing to help you. There's so much support and people just on YouTube that will just generally help you guys out with any issue you have with the Explore machine. So the support is definitely there with the Explore machines, and the design space is awesome in my opinion. The printing and cutting, or printing then cutting, the cutting and scoring, the cutting and drawing. I really enjoy every aspect of design space. I mean, there are things I like to add, or I would like to see added. Another thing there, if you want to see something added to design space or something that you think should be changed or modified, let them know. I mean, they are showing that they're listening to us. There's things that we've asked for that they've since added on. So if they don't know about it, they ain't going to add it. You know, and I do think that the company should hear positive praise feedback, but they also should hear negative feedback. If there's things you don't like about it, like the speed, let them know about it. I mean, you need to let them know either way, whether it be good or bad. And I think if they listen to you either way, and they respond, you know, if you leave a bad comment and they respond back and answer you and accept that, then they deserve a high mark, in my opinion. All right, the other good news is there's an app for that. There's a Design Space app for the iPhone and also the iPad, which is awesome. If you guys are familiar with the expression, we used to have the Gypsy. I still have my Gypsy, and I still do use it. Not as much, but, you know, because I have my iPhone now. So the app is housed on here, and we all usually carry our phones around or our tablets. And the app is in color. So on Design Space, or on the Gypsy, it was like a grayscale, you know, and pretty small screen to work with. Here I have this, whatever size your phone is, or your tablet, is how big your Design Space is. I like that it's color. I'm able to access files I've saved, open up files, start new files, and save them there. Make a printing file, go to my computer on designspace.com, access the file I share. So again, they work hand in hand, and I do like that. The other good news, if you are an Android guy or gal, there is an app coming for Android users as well. And I will link a video below that Cricut has uploaded sharing the progress they have made so far with the Android app. It is coming. I can see it on the horizon. It's just not ready yet, but it is out there. So yes, it'll be available for iPhone, iPad, and also the Android will be available coming soon, which I'm super stoked for. I'm more of an Android person than I am an iPhone person, but I got the iPhone because of the app and also the Becky Higgins Project Life app, but I'm excited for the Android app as well. So I think I covered everything with Design Space. If I missed anything, let me know. But again, I'd 100% recommend the upgrade to the Explorer, or if you're a new user. If you've never had a Cricut in your life, never even know what a cartridge is, I'd recommend it. Only because, like I said, you have access to that Design Space. That Design Space is key, in my opinion. It really is a good running software. Like I said, very easy to use, very friendly interface. It's a software, and I've said before, I learn things by clicking on buttons. I'm not going to break this software by clicking on a button. You know, so click on things, see what things do, and before you know it, you'll be a whiz at it. But there's all kinds of videos on YouTube with other people sharing with you guys how to use it, how to use the printing, the cutting, you know, all aspects of the machine. So hopefully this little video has answered some of your guys' questions and made you more familiar with Design Space, and, you know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So if there's anything you want me to add on to this video or do another video on, other than the fonts, like I said, I'll do a video on the fonts for the Mac and the PC, and also the internet browsing history and the cache. I'll do a video on that as well. It'll probably be an upcoming Wednesday video to where I'll do both in one video. That way I'm not doing two separate ones, but we'll see. But I do enjoy sharing with you guys the design. I'm not an expert, you guys know that. I just share what I learn, pretty much. So if any ideas you guys are thinking of, let me know. If I can do them, I gladly will. If I can't, I will find somebody, or, you know, guide or point you to somebody who can do that for you. But as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.